All right, one more, please. One more for Pisces. Okay, so we have the Devil card. All right, bottom of the deck, we have that 10 of Swords. All right, so there could have been an ending here, possibly you walking away or a person walking away from you, Pisces. Let's see. In the center of the reading, we do have the Knight of Cups. So I do feel like there has been some mind games in this situation. Possibly somebody kind of keeping their feelings to themselves, hiding behind their feelings, trying to kind of push you away. So in turn, like I said, they're kind of playing some mind games or something, or just using, using their words to kind of push you away, to kind of, push your buttons. I do feel, though, there is some kind of blockage between you and this person. You could be dealing with a Capricorn or an Aquarius, or there could be a cusper. Whatever the case is, you have some water here. Okay, so I am getting here, especially with the Page of Cups. You really learned a lot from this person. I do feel like you turned your back on the games that they were trying to play, or whatever the case is. I do feel like you tried to, or you did get away from that. I do feel like I said, you turned your back on that, and you're going more towards self-love. Yeah. Because I'm seeing you having faith with what you've chosen to do. And within this connection, because what I'm getting like two different things. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. So on your person's side, and this is not how I set this up, but this is how it's appearing to me. So I'm just going to go with it here. I do feel like I said, you have this love. You wanted to offer this love to your person. I do feel like there's something still kind of blocking you from this person. I feel like your person is, kind of caged. I feel like, or you're kind of caged, but I feel like your person's really hiding behind their emotions, or, hiding behind some kind of toxicity. I feel like your person is not being upfront and truthful with you about their feelings. They're not being, because I keep getting like communication is not truthful. Let me grab my other deck here, and we're going to start clarifying. We're just going to go from the left to the right and clarify. All right, starting with the Hierophant. I feel like you were very loyal with this connection. Okay, we have 3 cards exactly coming out. We have the Moon card, we have the Sun card, and we have the 7 of Wands. So again, somebody's being very defensive about this connection or about their feelings. I keep getting somebody's trying to block out their happiness. Yeah, there's a lot of confusion, I think, for you, Pisces, because it's like you feel a connection with this person, but it's like they're blocking out. They're not seeing you, that you are trying, or that you're, like offering this cup to them, or, telling, expressing your feelings. It's like, it's not that it's unrequited. It's just they're kind of blocking. They're kind of defensive, and I'm not understanding that. Like, who doesn't love a Pisces? A psycho, that's who. I'm just playing, by the way. I'm just a little biased. Okay, so clarifying Page of Cups. We have the 5 of Pentacles, we have the Hangman, and we have the 2 of Cups. Yeah, so you feel this connection here, but it's like this person is just pushing you away. 5 of Pentacles speaks to kind of being left out in the cold, abandonment, somebody's really triggered by abandonment. I feel like your person is just letting fear and ego get in the way. I really do, because it's like they're trying to push you away. It's like, even though there's feelings here, it's like their toxicity. And I think they know they have some toxicity around them. There could possibly be some codependency issues, but I keep hearing like, I'm not good enough for you, Pisces. And that, I mean, no disrespect by that. That's just what I keep getting. I just keep feeling like your person does not have that level of confidence that you have within this connection. I feel like you see this connection going places. You feel the connection, but things are just kind of stagnant between the two of you. I'm not getting communication or anything. In fact, Pisces, like I said, I'm getting you turning your back on this connection. And I think that's just because your person has pushed you away to the point of it's just like, okay, well, if you want to push me away, then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to walk away. Yeah, because it's like they're not seeing that you're trying. So clarifying the Knight of Cups, we do have the 2 of Wands, we have the 2 of Swords, and we have the King of Pentacles here. So yeah, so again, somebody wants, and I think this is you, Pisces, you want to make this, a stable, solid, secure, firm foundation type of relationship. You want this for the long haul. You can see a lot of potential. You can see a lot of growth within this connection. There's a lot of loving, a lot of caring, a lot of nurturing that you're trying to express to your person. But, again, I'm just seeing them kind of blocking you out, and you're trying to figure out why. Like, what else can I do? It's like, Pisces, you're trying to fix a situation that really isn't yours to fix. It feels like the underlying issue really kind of is with your person here. All right, so 5 of Swords, we have the 10 of Swords, yeah. We have the 6 of Pentacles, and we have the 8 of Cups. Right away when I laid down that 10 of Swords, I heard, I'm scared to love. Yeah, so, so I walk away. With the 6 of Pentacles, this is trying to even things out. This is trying to, keep an even flow of things going, find balance within a situation, kind of give back. But I'm not getting equal, I'm not getting reciprocity in this connection. I'm getting you trying and trying, Pisces, but it not quite being good enough. And I think it is more than enough, but it's just your person wants you to feel that way because they're trying to protect themselves. And unfortunately, they're doing it in a harsh, unhealthy way. And so they're kind of pushing you away. All right. So with the Devil card, let's clarify that. All right, so we have Strength, we have the Page of Swords, and we have the Page of Pentacles. Look at that on the bottom of the deck, the 10 of Pentacles. So there's a lot of happiness. Well, there was a lot of happiness here. There's a lot of potential here. Like I said, I just don't feel like your person is ready to acknowledge this. I feel like your person is kind of wrapped up in some toxicities, some things kind of going on here that I think they need to kind of, fix on their own. I don't feel like, Pisces, you can really help them much. I do feel like this is them kind of biting their tongue, holding back, wanting to reach out, but not doing so. I feel like they do know they owe you an apology, but they're not going to come forward just yet. I do feel like your person is possibly watching you. Not even possibly, I feel your person is definitely watching you on social media. I feel like, you're posting stories or you're posting like short videos or, something along those lines. And your person's like, okay, they could even have a fake profile, It's just one of those things. They're going to find a way. If, somebody wants to know some information about you, they're going to find out. And I just feel like your person is still kind of watching you, keeping an eye on you. I feel like your person is fearful of you moving on, but at the same time, they want to keep you. So quite the conundrum. I just feel like your person has a lot of growth to do. For some of you, I am getting like there is an age difference, possibly that immaturity factor kind of playing in the situation. To where, you're on one page and you know what you want, you feel the connection, you're okay with acknowledging it and, putting yourself out there, making yourself vulnerable to this by saying, here's my heart. And your person's like, what? No, like mine's locked away in a box and guarded and, like treasure map, like you're not finding it. And it's not because I don't love you, but it's just because I have to stay safe. I have to protect myself. Again, I do feel like there is some toxicity as far as like codependency issues. So I do feel like that has a part to play in this as well. So again, I do feel like this person kind of has to seek help on their own or want to. Okay. We also have children. So children could in fact be an issue within this connection. I keep getting something of protection, like somebody, I feel like it's your person that's trying to protect you. And it's almost like they're trying to protect you from them. So they push you away. So I don't know if this is because this person does have codependency issues or if this person just thinks that they are they themselves are toxic or their past is toxic and they're not wanting you to see that or know that. So it's like they're pushing you away because, and they kind of see it as like protecting you. Because I keep getting that. So I'm not sure who that's for, but that's definitely for somebody out there. Yeah, because see, then we get deception. And I do feel like someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. I do feel like this person is pushing you away, just because they do have feelings, but they don't know how to handle them. I do feel like they are kind of lying to you and they're kind of possibly saying some hurtful things to, like I said, get you to walk away. And then once you walked away, now they're really kind of regretting it and definitely missing you. So retreat. I do feel like, for some of you, I think you've pulled back. This is going to go, because I'm seeing this going two different ways. For some of you, I feel like you've pulled back your social media. And so it left your person really trying to watch you, trying to find answers on you. Possibly, if they don't live far from you, driving by your house, possibly asking, mutual friends about you, or, something along those lines, family members, something like that, because I do feel for some of you, they are friends with like your family. So they're still getting information about you. So I'm just going to make that clear. As far as retreat, I do feel like, again, this is you just kind of retreating, kind of pulling back your energy, pulling back your, basically just your energy, from this person. It's like, okay, well, if you're going to push me away, then I'm going to leave. So, all right. All right, let's get some little love cards here for Pisces. We have 1. So emotions are natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Okay, see, I feel that's like for your person. I really do, because I feel like your person is hanging on of, just like a lot of hurts, a lot of things in the past. And that's just kind of what's keeping, actually, I'm going to keep those. And it just kind of feels to me like that's what they're hanging on to. And that's what they're kind of scared of. Just letting, fear and ego kind of take control, in this situation. We also have manifesting miracles. So your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. So like I said, for some of you, I do feel like there's going to be I don't know if I should say reconciliation, but I feel like your person's going to be coming in, bringing in some balance to the situation, as well as just communication and definitely an apology. I feel like, they are working on themselves. That's why I said I don't know if I can fully say reconciliation just yet, but I could see that in the future. I really could, because I do feel like this person, you've like kind of triggered something within this person that they do want to grow. They do want to, they're becoming like a better person is what I keep saying. It's like you've triggered those things within them that they know they need to heal and that they need to work on. All right, so we have balance. So love is not always about agreeing just for the sake of it. A great relationship is one that both supports and challenges. And I do believe this is a very challenging relationship, Pisces. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow. You will be surprised where it leads. And I feel like that's more of a message for your person, because Pisces, I do feel like you go with the flow. I feel like you're really good with change. All right, so Pisces, let's get a message from your person. See what it is that they want you to know. And then we will take some oracle cards. All right, so okay. I still have a lot of healing. Look at that. Learning and growing to do before I'm ready for you. So exactly what I was saying through this whole situation. You are my favorite obsession. So going back to that Page of Swords, like I said, kind of internet stalking you. Bottom of the deck is I can't stop thinking about you. All right. Okay, so beautiful. Let's go and let's push these over. I am too lazy to get out my tray. So we're just going to throw some charms right here and see what comes out. Charms for Pisces. Okay. All right. So we have I love you with the infinity symbol. So really showing me, again, kind of going back to that strength card, also showing me that the situation is going to be coming back around again. I don't feel like it is done. With this little cloud, things may be kind of cloudy and hard to kind of see through right now, but it does feel like the light's going to be shining on this situation. And, so you can see things clearly. With the sun card, or I keep saying card, charm, that's what I'm getting is, we have clouds and we have the sun. So we have that light. We have, again, you being able to see things clearly. And I'm also getting that, there's going to be a lot of happiness and abundance, with this particular relationship in the future. With this little bottle. So again, I keep getting that there could be possibly somebody's like, kind of overindulging. Could be a lot of, like I said, codependency issues within this connection, from this person is possibly what I'm getting. So then we have this little charm, and this is just like a little flowery type of charm here. I just feel like things are going to be in bloom. There's a bunch of little hearts. I don't know if that's going to make out in this, but there's like a bunch of little blooms around it and then little hearts in between. So again, I just feel like there's a lot of love, but things just have to, grow. Things have to bloom. Things are going to take some time is what I keep getting. With the little Eiffel Tower, again, I do feel like this is, a pretty big goal. Something pretty big in this life, in your person's life and in your life. So there is a reason that this connection is here. For some of you, I feel like this could possibly be your twin flame. All right, then we have the little starfish. And so that's really speaking of being resilient. It's also speaking of water energy, which is very intuitive as well. We also have the little key. So again, I'm getting nothing being locked, kind of, again, new beginnings, kind of opening doorways to new beginnings, new opportunities, things like that. With the little musical instrument, somebody could be very musical here or, have some kind of musical talent. Perhaps they express themselves through music. Or perhaps somebody who's just kind of loud about, their feelings or something. So again, take that how it resonates. With the happy birthday cake, so we are not in Pisces season yet. So this could possibly be approaching, your person's birthday season, or this is just talking about some kind of celebration that is really kind of marking like a milestone for you, or someone really close to you. With the hammer, like I said, I do feel like things are trying to be repaired. Things are going to be repaired, but I feel like the focus needs to be on your person doing their own repair on their own, because some things, Pisces, you just can't fix. No matter how much we want to help somebody and we want to, fix them, for lack of a better phrase, it's not our job. It's not our path, it's theirs. And so we just kind of have to sit back and let them do their own thing when they're ready to. But that doesn't mean you have to stop living your life. And that doesn't mean that you have to stop and wait around for this person. Like I said, Pisces, I already see you kind of going out and doing your own thing. Going out, like I said, having some fun, celebrating. There's a lot of love in this connection, yes, but, there's also some cloudiness. So until that clears up, Pisces, do your thing, go collect all that abundance and, have some fun with it. So, all right. Well, Pisces, that is what I have for you. So thank you so very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you guys are on Facebook, feel free to drop me a like or a follow over there. I just created a Pisces intuition page. Also, if you don't follow me on Instagram, do that as well, because I do post a lot of tarot reading specials, and I do post some, readings on there as well. And I do tend to go live a lot on Instagram, especially towards the weekend. So again, if you're in the, in that neck of the woods, feel free to stop on by and say, hey. So, all right, guys, until next time, take care.